Holy cow, you guys. 10 years. 10 years on YouTube. That is exactly how long GarageBand and Beyond has been on YouTube today, November 5th, 2019. I actually didn't even realize. I have to, give a big thanks to Anna Novel, who texted me today and was like, "Hey, do you know what today is?" And I was like, is it your birthday?" She's like, "No, dummy. It's the 10-year anniversary of your YouTube channel," which was slightly embarrassing that I didn't know because I actually thought it was on the 9th. But anyway, thank you, Anna. Thank you very much for reminding me about that. It's crazy to me, you guys. 10 years ago, I put up the very, very first video, which was... Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm back with more GarageBand videos. Today what we're going to do is set up an electric guitar track for GarageBand, and I'm just going to show you really easily, really simply, it is GarageBand, how to open a new project file and have your guitar going into it. So let's get started. That's where it all began, showing you guys how to record electric guitars. Then I went on to I started reviewing the equipment that I just had in here. Back then I was using the PreSonus audio box. And that's how this whole channel started. I was using a regular old camcorder that I got from my dad, out of his closet that he wasn't using anymore. And stuff like that. So I kind of want to just share a little story with you guys about how I even got into music to begin with. And then we'll talk about Marty Schwartz and how he got me started on YouTube. Okay. So when Marty and I were in college together in Santa Fe, we were both in the film department. And the first year of that film program was actually a candidacy program, which basically meant if you got the grades over that 1 year, if you got good enough grades, they would actually let you into their film department. Well, I didn't get good enough grades, so I didn't get into that department. But they were kindly enough, they're you could do the candidacy program for another year. Well, that did not sound that exciting or interesting to me at all. I was in the theater building. I was complaining about the fact that I just basically wasted a year of my life on this idea and it didn't pan out. So I was just there complaining to one of my friends, I think an ex-girlfriend or something. And the director of the music department, his name was Kevin, or still probably is, Kevin Zornig. He was walking by and he heard me complaining and he said, "Hey, you didn't get into the film department?" No, super sad. And he was like, "Well, if you want to be a music major, you could be a music major." And I said, "What? Music? Well, do I have to do an audition or something?" He said, No, I've seen you play at our open mic nights. They had an open mic night every Thursday night. And I always used to go down there with my trusty old HD28, which I still own. He was like, "Yeah, totally. I've seen you play. You don't have to audition. You could be a music major." And in about, 1 or 2 seconds worth of thought, I was like, music. I could totally do music. Okay, boom. That was it. And it's amazing that in that one quick thought, when I think back to that moment, because I really do remember that moment very clearly, I just can't believe all of the things that have come out of that decision, considering how little thought really went into that decision. It's pretty amazing to me, After that, I was a full-time music major and I was a film minor. They did let me minor in film. And then I started playing in bands. Then I was on full-time tour for 8 years.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the House Blues and please welcome Standing Wave. Girl, get lost inside a great big world.
I played with people like Blues Traveler and Randy Travis and G-Love and Special Sauce and some of the guys from Spin Doctors and Los Lobos. And I don't know, the list is pretty long actually, and it's a little braggy, so I don't want to do that too much. But got off the road because I was totally, absolutely, positively sick of being a touring musician. That is not for me, like that kind of lifestyle. It was really fun for a couple of years, The interesting thing is, as the crowds and the shows got bigger and bigger and bigger, I became a lot less happy as a human being and as a musician. It was a lot less fulfilling. It was interesting because the bigger festivals and the bigger shows, you might think it's like really fun, and yeah, it's fun, I won't lie. But there was something really weird about it because like suddenly like the lead singer, who was always on my left-hand side, you know, and he used to just be like a couple feet away, was suddenly like 20 feet away. And then like the bass player or fiddle player on the other side was another 20 feet away, like 40, 50 feet away from me. The band was all scattered and like we were like really far apart on these big stages. And then the other thing that was weird was that the bigger crowds, the bigger venues, the bigger festivals, there's always that like security perimeter. So you have this huge stage, right? So the front of the stage is probably like, call it 15 feet or so in front of you. And then you have another, I don't know, 15 and 20 feet of security barrier. And then they have that fence up, and then the crowd's all the way out there. So it's a really weird thing. And it became just like the playing music on tour was not as fun as I thought it was going to be. In my, you know, like when I was a kid, I was like, I want to be a rock star. I want to be on the tour bus. Well, I was on the tour bus. I did all that. You know, I was a mandolin player. All those mandolins up there were part of that part of my life. And I wanted to do that. I had the mandolin tech. We had like management, like big management with the William Morris Agency was our management company. And I wanted to do it. And then I got there and I was just totally not that happy with it. It was really, really, really hard on me as a human being. All of it, the drinking, the drugs, all of that stuff was really taxing on me. And I just didn't like it in general. It was really difficult. So I removed myself from that lifestyle because it wasn't good for me. And I moved to Europe and I moved to Italy and I lived there for 6 years and I produced albums for other musicians. I played on a lot of albums. I had a band. I made an album there that is available on iTunes. It's called Broken Trophy. Broken Trophy was the band, and I think it was called, the album's called Meanwhile in Italy. Really good album, actually. That's probably my favorite album that I've ever made is that album, Meanwhile in Italy by Broken Trophy. Really good album, really creative, and I still like listening to it. Really cool songs, I think. I really, really had a lot of fun making that album. And then I came home, and I didn't know I came back to the Philadelphia area, and I did not know what to do with myself. And that's when our good friend Marty Schwartz out there was like, hey, this YouTube thing seems like a pretty good idea. It seems like there might be something to it and something interesting that's about to happen. And so I started this channel. I started GarageBand and Beyond 10 years ago. And I was the very first guy to have a dedicated channel to reviewing equipment and showing how to record at home. Nobody else was doing that in a dedicated format. A couple guys had like channels and were like, here's how you plug in a microphone, here's how you plug in your guitar, but not like a dedicated channel to that particular cause. So that's why I started the channel. And now there's all these other channels, right? There's like Produce Like a Pro and White Sea Studios, Recording Revolution. And now, like even now in the last 5 years, there's been all these other guys, that Andrew Huang guy and was a Guitar Samurai guy. And it's just so amazing to me that like I was the one there at the very beginning, like the wild, wild west, and to see how the genre has grown and developed and to see all this awesome stuff that people are doing now online. That Magpie guy, have you seen that Magpie guy? I love his channel. It's totally funny. I don't know how much like actually like educational information I get out of that channel, but as far as entertainment value, 2 thumbs up. The Magpie, super funny. Anyway, YouTube in general has changed so much in 10 years, and I'm just really happy and I feel very privileged to have been there at the beginning and still here 10 years later. And it's all absolutely positively thanks to you guys who continue to watch. I just hit 85,000 subscribers. That's a big deal for my channel. Yeah, man, it's absolutely crazy. You have watched my hair get much shorter. You guys watching me get fat over the years and skinnier now. You were around when I was getting married, and now you're around while I'm getting a divorce. Side note, thank you very much to all of you who wrote like all those super kind messages about the divorce thing. You know, just so you know, Valentina and I are still very good friends, and we still talk. We actually talked this morning. We're all good as far as like human beings. Like we're friends, and that's all good. You know, it's just not like a great fit for being a couple anymore. Anyway, maybe that's too personal for a YouTube channel, but I said it too late. I just appreciate it so much. And like even now, the patrons on my Patreon page, you guys know who you are. That is like a whole extra bonus, and that's like another part of, because the ad revenue thing, I've talked about it before, it really sucks nowadays. And it's that Patreon thing that keeps channels, especially like this one, afloat, because otherwise it would not be worth it for my time. Like as much as I love teaching and stuff, like I should be compensated for my time, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, Music Monday, that's been another really amazing journey to be on as a songwriter. I mean, 62 songs later, 62 this week. 62 songs? That's nuts for me. I didn't even write that much when I was in college, and that was sort of the thought. Like in college, I used to write so many songs. Why aren't I writing any more songs? I'm going to start a thing called Music Monday, and here I am now, 62 songs later. Basically I've been saying like I wrote 5 albums in a year, and I love that I was able to do that. And I would not have done that if I didn't have this YouTube channel to like show you guys what you can do on GarageBand. And, I don't know. I just want to say thank you. I really thoroughly, truly enjoy making these videos now. And sometimes it's harder than others, you know, like over the years, there's definitely been like ebb and flows throughout the process, you know, like where it's like, should I keep doing that? But now I just feel like this is what I should be doing, is like making YouTube videos and making music, and sort of like sharing the love of GarageBand and sharing the love of music and the equipment stuff. Because I love guitars. I love the equipment. I love talking about that stuff. It's fun. It's totally fun. It makes me happy. So I think that's where I'm going to leave it. I just, you know, you guys, thank you so much. Anyway, Loon here at GarageBand and Beyond. What's up, you guys? Remember when I said that at the beginning of every single video? Hey guys, what's up? Loon here at GarageBand and Beyond. Blah, 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 blah. Oh man, what a journey. What a journey. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey, and let's look forward to another 10 years. Let's see if we can do that. Another 10 years? That would be nuts. Okay. Right? That'd be freaking crazy. Oh man, that'd be crazy. Anyway, you guys, I love all of you. I love you guys so, so much. So thank you, and peace and love.